with the interest of getting into manufacturing sector, especially women candidate, is few in numbers, because there is stereotype statements prevailing among everyone that mechanical is a discipline which is for men's, but it is not so. But when you look into various high performing, high profiled categorical positions, we can witness that it is obviously occupied by women. So there is no such type of stereotypic statement, because now everyone is having that skill set to pursue on a higher note. And on this particular note, we decided to uh, initiate a program from today onwards in regular interval of time period, by identifying a resource person who is really worth to bring in the ideas, their knowledge sharing and their experience. Why mechanical, and what is the benefit of mechanical? And most importantly, I am also a witness for that, because heading a department and looking into the various feasibility of promoting the placement, we used to receive calls from MNC companies like Rane, Quest Global, Tafe, and automobile industries. They usually seek for women candidates. And we have so far successfully made it possible to place all the women candidates in MNCs. But now when there is a requirement, we are running short of candidates. Actually, industry they need, and we are not in a position to offer them because we are not having that candidate. So therefore, we thought of starting this webinar series promoting the intention, the good intention of creating awareness among women's, girl students who are trying to have a good start in their career. Many girl students are there who are having high creativity, knowledge, and the intention of doing their best, but they're not provided with a platform to shine. And today, this seminar is, of course, exactly on that. What is mechanical engineering? Why it is being suitable for women, and how they can reach to a higher goal, higher positions by their creativity and their excellence. And I believe that this is going to be one of the wonderful series of seminars in days to come. And with this positive note, I once again thank all the participants who have joined here, because the world is enormous. Opportunity is enormous. The only thing is the barrier that we are having in our mind is to be broken down. The world is calling every one of us that there is a position, there is a place to shine and to showcase our talent. And I believe that this series of webinar is going to be a wide eye opener for all girl students who are having a desire to do something extraordinary, something better in the days to come. And with this positive note, I thank you once again for being a part of this webinar series, and I welcome every one of you for this wonderful session. With these words, now I hand over the session to Professor Vimal for further proceedings. Thank you, Vimal.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, before you start, Vimal sir, before you start, your screen is blank. Sir, before you are starting the session, okay, your screen is not visible, sir. Kindly check once.
Sure, sir.
Check once and you can just start, sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. So whether my screen is visible now, sir? Only, sir? Whether my screen
sir,
is
yes,
visible?
it's visible. It's visible. It's visible, sir.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you. I thank Professor Suresh Kumar, sir, for his valuable and information note. Once again, I welcome you all for this webinar on opportunities for women in mechanical engineering. It's a pleasure to welcome today's chief guest, Mrs. Jayashree, Assistant Professor, Government College of Engineering, Bodinayakanur. I welcome you, ma'am. After successful completing of, his, of her schooling in the year 2009, she joined as a mechanical engineer at Government College of Technology, Coimbatore, then pursued her Master of Engineering at the same college in the field of manufacturing. By 2015, her hidden talents were identified by Sri Eshwar College of Engineering, and she was recruited as Assistant Professor in Mechanical Engineering Department. Then she got shortlisted in Indian Bank as Industrial Development Officer, where she worked for 2 years. Then, because of the passion towards the teaching and her hard work, she cleared Teachers Recruitment Board, an exam for engineers, and she got recruited as an assistant professor in GCE Bodinayakanur. So all power is within you, and you can do anything. So gender never restricts the growth of a human. To explain this, she was a very good example, and now she is available among us to disclose the opportunities for women in mechanical engineering. Let me hand over the session to Mrs. Jayashree, madam. I welcome you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, for the opportunity. I thank Suresh Kumar, sir, for a beautiful introduction of the web series. And I'm so happy to be the introductory speaker of the entire webinar series. So, can I present, sir?
Ma'am, yes, you can start your presentation, ma'am, and you can also share your screen also, ma'am.
Yeah, okay. Yes, sir. Is it visible, sir? Shall I start?
Yes, ma'am. Your screen is
visible. It's visible, ma'am. It's visible.
Yeah. So today we have gathered for this webinar. Like Suresh Kumar sir rightly said, it is indeed a boon for us to stay alive and be able to participate in such a session. That itself is a boon these days amidst the pandemic situation. So I'm so happy to be a part of this webinar. Opportunities for women in mechanical engineering. Being myself a mechanical engineer, I feel this is a great honor for me to be a part of this program. So today we are going to discuss on how to bridge the industry gender gap and the role of women and work in the fourth industrial revolution, that is Industry 4.0. So I would like to throw light on the women engineers of the ancient past. We think that we are the pioneers of being a mechanical engineer, but then we have a humpty number of women who have done this many years ago, even in the 80s. First of all, I wish to present to you Mary, the alchemist, who was born in the 1st or 2nd century AD. She developed the distillation process, which is very famous and the basis of all the chemical processes. Then Hypatia of Alexandria, she was the one who discovered the planisphere, and she was the one who discovered the hydrometer, which is a device to measure the gravity of water. Then we have Edith Clarke, who is the first woman to earn her engineering degree in electrical engineering. And she worked as an engineer in General Electric. And then she received a patent for inventing the Clarke's calculator. Then she became a teacher and she went on to teach electrical engineering at the University of Texas for 10 years. Emily Roebling, the examples are numerous. Emily Roebling was an early champion. She is best known for her contribution to the construction of Brooklyn Bridge, and she was the first lady to cross the Brooklyn Bridge. Martha Costin, she was a very famous personality in the history books. You would have known her too. She discovered the signaling flare, which is being still used by the US military. Lillian Gilbert.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Ma'am, that screen sharing icon is visible to you, ma'am. So you can just hide that, ma'am.
Okay, okay.
Stop. You can just hide that, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am. You can just carry on.
Thank you. So we have the first mechanical engineer, Lillian Gilbert. She was a pioneer in the field of industrial engineering and also psychology. She was considered to be the mother of modern management skills. She joined with General Electric to improve the design of kitchen and household appliances. As one of her sons wrote, if the only way to enter a man's field was through the kitchen door, that's the way she'd enter. So obstacles are nothing to a passionate woman and she can do anything. Stephanie, she was a materials engineer and she is the inventor of the modern Kevlar, a synthetic material which is 5 times as strong as steel because of its resistance to corrosion and flames. It is the main element which is used in the production of bulletproof vests, and we have her to thank for all the discoveries which are made of Kevlar. Mary Anderson, she was not an automotive engineer, but her idea of making a windscreen wiper was most widely used in all the automobiles even till date. Her idea was very simple. She had a rubber blade attached to a spring-loaded arm, which would sweep across the windscreen to clear rain, snow, and dust. She was definitely a genius. Hedy, she was an actor herself, and she shattered stereotypes by using engineering ideas ahead of her time to invent a remote control communication systems for the US military. It is this frequency hopping theory that essentially serves as the basis for today's communication technology. And coming back to our country, India, Lalita was the first female engineer of India. She studied in our reputed College of Engineering, Guindy, alongside two other women, Teresia and Leelama. She graduated in 1943 with a degree in electrical engineering, and she was the first women engineer in India. She completed her practical training with Jamalpur Railway Workshop, a major repair and overhaul facility. Then, the first female mechanical engineer in India graduated in 1967, Leela Firoz Poonawala, and she was the former chairperson of Tetra Pak India. She is also the founder of Leela Poonawala Foundation, which is a NGO promoting professional education among aspiring girls in India by providing scholarships and guidance. So now that we have seen so many women who have done marvels in the past, we can also see that there were only a very few, and the first mechanical engineer had to graduate, women mechanical engineer had to graduate only in 1967. So why? Why so few in the past? The reasons may be attributed to gender differences in the preparation for science and mathematics. So girls were made to study English literature or Tamil literature at the most, and they were not very much allowed to enter into science or mathematics. Lack of female role models. They didn't have people who they can look up to follow their footsteps. Lack of advancement. There is a glass ceiling in the management, and women try to climb up the ladder and they are stopped at some point of their advancement. Lack of mentoring, guidance, and encouragement from peers, lack of training opportunities, and family issues. Due to all these issues in the past, the number of women candidates into any engineering field was very much less. But has that changed now? You can see in the slide that the first photograph was when I studied mechanical engineering, where I was the only girl student. Next, when I joined in the present institution, there also you can see that I have only one female student. And then in the next following year, again, I have only one mechanical engineering girl student. Why is that so? But 49.5% women in mechanical engineering was reported at MIT. How and what India can learn from that? How MIT was able to achieve 49.5% of women's strength in mechanical engineering stream. And I'm so happy to know that you have around more than 10 students in mechanical engineering, 10 girl students in mechanical engineering. I was very much pleased when Vimal sir was informing me that, and that was the first basic instinct that made me to present this webinar. So a study at MIT reveals the following reasons how they achieved this 49.5%, which is almost 50% equal strength of female students in the classroom. Gender parity as a recruitment tool. They showed the number of women students in the institute and their career progress. Female faculty as existence of proof. Female students looked up to female faculty not just for guidance or mentorship, but also as a proof of existence of women in the department. If we have one female faculty in your department, then you will feel that at least there was somebody who has done what we are doing now, and that we can also follow in their path. Accepting the existence of gender gap, increasing the number of seats reserved for women. So this is one aspect, one interesting aspect which I'll be discussing with you in the future. So coming back to mechanical engineering, the mother branch of all other disciplines, it is the oldest of all disciplines of engineering. It applies the principles of mechanics and material science for analysis, design, manufacturing, and maintenance of mechanical systems. It involves the production and usage of heat and mechanical power for design, production, operation of machines and tools. So you can see that mechanical engineering is an inevitable field of engineering, and all other fields are dependent on mechanical engineering for their existence. So you can say that this is the primitive of all other engineering disciplines. You also know that even in the human civilization, the major turning point of human civilization was the invention of wheel. So mechanical motion, so we are in lockdown in this pandemic and we are so bored. Why are we bored? Because we are made to be static in a place. So life needs motion. So motion is nothing but mechanical. So mechanical engineering is the primitive reason or the primary reason why people can move from one place to another, and they are the reason why we are living comfortable lives now. So what do you study in mechanical engineering? Physical sciences, statics and dynamics control, thermodynamics and heat transfer, fluid mechanics, mechanism and machine design, strength of materials, materials engineering, theory of design, fuels and combustion, instrumentation and measurement, manufacturing engineering, hydraulics, engineering and product design, computer aided design, and computer aided manufacturing. So with these vast areas that you're going to study within mechanical engineering, you can understand that this is a comprehensive package of all other disciplines. So you need to know about instrumentation, you need to learn about all the electronic equipments because you need to know the mechatronics. Then you'll be learning about all the civil concepts of the strength of materials. So you'll have to know computers and the way to operate the softwares. So in a way, mechanical is a comprehensive collection of all other forms of engineering, in my view. So what are the booming technologies of Industry 4.0? I'm very definite that being a very industry-ready institute, your institute must be having an awareness of what is Industry 4.0. So Industry 4.0 concentrates on these aspects of mechanical engineering, converting into electric vehicles, nano engineering, biomechatronics, additive manufacturing, robotics, and automation. So these are the fields where now we need more research and development. And we also need experts who are in these fields, in electric vehicles, nano engineering, biomechatronics. Though ample number of research are already going on in the field, we need people who are ready to take up job prospects in these fields. Additive manufacturing, I hope your institute must be having 3D printers. 3D printers are being very widely used by other countries, even in the form of toys, but we still have it as a lab research tool. So I think at least with the Industry 4.0, we'll be able to have these additive manufacturing as a tool for manufacturing on a large scale. So what are the career paths that you can take after your bachelor's degree? Either you can try for government engineering sectors, or after bachelor degree, you can get employed in a core industry as Sir said. Then after your bachelor's degree, if you want to pursue higher studies, you can go for GATE exams. You can write GATE exams, which is aptitude test in engineering. And after GATE, with your GATE score, you can do master's degree specialization, that is either in design, manufacturing, thermal, refrigeration, and air conditioning. You have ample number of humpty number of specializations in mechanical engineering. You can do any one of them, and then you can get, again, you can go for employment in a core industry, or you can pursue research and development, or you can go for teaching. With a GATE score, it is also possible to become employed, to get employed in public sector companies like NLCs, BHEL, and why not? We can also think of entrepreneurship. Women engineers can also get employed in a core industry for a while, get experienced, and then become an entrepreneur. So that is also a career path which can be taken, which is yet to be ventured by women entrepreneurs. So where can we contribute? Where is our contribution? Our contribution can be in the food and beverages industry, which is very much underestimated. Packaging industries, even the first mechanical engineer, women mechanical engineer about whom I was talking, she was in Tetra Pak, India, which was a food processing industry. In packaging, mechanical engineering plays a very important role. Chemical industry, automotive industry, power and energy industry, steel industry, cement industry, metallurgical industry, consumer goods industry, pharmaceuticals, textile and clothing, glass industry. In all these industries, mechanical engineers are most wanted. Then you have basically 6 modules as a mechanical engineer for your career option. Either you can go for design, project management and planning, construction, production, operation and maintenance, quality and safety. So let's see what you have to know for becoming a design engineer. To become a design engineer, draftsman, detailing engineer, structural draftsman, structural design engineer, what should you know? What are the skills that are required? Pro-E, Stat Pro, AutoCAD, ANSYS, CADmatic, 3D modeling, 2D drafting, SolidWorks, Unigraphics, CATIA, Creo, Solid Edge, Mastercam, stress analysis softwares. If you have a mastery over these softwares, then it is likely that you can easily become a design engineer. Or if your interest is in project management and planning, then the skills that you required are about ERP, MRP, or program management professional, project management professional, risk management professional, scheduling. If your interest is in becoming a project management engineer or a planning engineer, then you need to have more emphasis on industrial engineering and operations research. I hope all these subjects are covered in your syllabus. I went through your syllabus and it included all the aspects of mechanical engineering. Even in constructions, you have a good part to play as a project management professional or in scheduling. And in quality and safety, NDT is a area of interest, non-destructive testing, destructive testing, welding inspector certification, surface preparation and coating, safety inspector, and you need to know better about ASTM, ASME standards and codes. If you have all these skills, then you can easily become a quality and safety engineer, quality control inspector, quality assurance manager, quality control analyst. And for becoming a quality control analyst, you also need to have a fair idea of TQM and Six Sigma. And if you want to get into production or manufacturing, then you need to know all the manufacturing processes. You need to have certification in production management. You should know Six Sigma, TQM. You should know operations forecasting, then material handling, production planning control, project scheduling, inventory management, operation planning, and scheduling system. If you know all these, you can get into production of any automotive industry or any manufacturing industry. You can become a logistics engineer, assembly supervisor, machine shop production supervisor, manufacturing engineer, manufacturing process engineer, manufacturing production manager, materials management supervisor, and a lot more. And if you want to get into operation and maintenance, to hold positions of maintenance planner, maintenance engineer, shutdown engineer, boiler operator, controls engineer. Then you can go for certification courses in efficient solutions for preparation, SAP, planning and execution of turnarounds and plant maintenance, certification in computerized maintenance management system, and reliability studies. If you are able to undergo certification programs in all these fields, in all these topics, then you can go for a operation and maintenance area of mechanical engineering. Then it is not that you'll have to confine your learning to India. You can also aim to study abroad, for which you will have to appear in these examinations. TOEFL, Test of English as a Foreign Language, GMAT, Graduate Management Admission Test, GRE, Graduate Record Exam, SAT, ACT. If you write and crack all these exams, then you can get into these top foreign universities to pursue masters. University of Toronto, Queen's University, Technical University of Berlin. Germany is the hub of mechanical engineers. I hope all of you will be knowing. Then MIT, Stanford, USA, University of Melbourne, University of New South Wales, Beijing's Institute of Technology, and Shanghai University, China. So if you are able to crack all these examinations, then you can get into top foreign universities to pursue your masters. Many of my friends have already ventured in this line of thought, and they are already well placed in top MNCs. So, who are your employers in private sectors? TATA Group, one of the biggest and most successful business groups in India. They hold the top position in the mechanical engineering industry. Tata Steels, Tata Motors, Tata Consultancy Services, Tata Power, and Tata Chemicals. Ashok Leyland, it is the most renowned automobile manufacturing company in India, and they offer numerous jobs for mechanical engineering freshers. They allow their freshers to work in manufacturing, IT, product design, and electronics. General Motors. General Motors is the fifth largest exporter of vehicles in India. They hire freshers from engineering colleges for operations in manufacturing, product design, IT, and production. Thermax, it is an Indian energy and environmental energy firm, engineering firm, which is well known for boilers and toughened glass. Mechanical engineering freshers can find many recruitment opportunities in digital electronics, design, and IT. So this Tyson Group, it is located in Hyderabad with branches in 7 states, and they operate in areas of component technology, material services, steel, plant technology, etc. Siemens. Siemens is an MNC with 19 factories in India alone and operations spread across the world. They work in areas of consumer products, healthcare, energy building, technologies, etc., for which they recruit mechanical engineering freshers and experienced ones also. Mahindra and Mahindra, they work in automotives, farm equipments, so they also recruit mechanical engineers. Kirloskar, you know, it is an Indian conglomerate in Pune. They manufacture engines and pumps. You'd have seen that many of your lab equipments will be from Kirloskar. They are also famous in making valves, pumps, agricultural products, refrigeration and air conditioning things, for which mechanical engineers are hired. The Godrej Group, you know that they are leaders of refrigerators and air conditioners. They have recruitment opportunities for mechanical engineers, electrical engineers, electronics engineers, and also for precision engineering division. L&T. L&T Group provides plenty of job opportunities for mechanical engineering freshers in various operational areas of L&T. Though L&T is basically for civil engineers, even mechanical engineers have a role to play. L&T Solar, L&T Infotech, Alloys Limited, L&T Group has opportunities for mechanical engineers also. Other giant employers in private sectors include ABB Automation Company, Caterpillar, TVS Group, Brakes India, TAFE, John Deere, Crompton Greaves, Maruti Suzuki India, Bajaj, Ford, Toyota, Volvo, Royal Enfield, Hyundai, Sundaram Clayton, Renault Nissan, and many more. I would have left a few, but pardon me, but I hope you all know that there are numerous number of companies that require mechanical engineers. And being in Coimbatore, the industrial hub, there are many industrial clusters in Coimbatore itself. I studied in Coimbatore for around 6 years. So I find Coimbatore as a very good city for employment opportunities for mechanical engineers, especially in castings, in foundries, and a few of the industries I have mentioned, which I know. LG Electric and Industries Limited, Recall Limited, Indo Shell Mold Limited, Shanti Gears Limited, Auto Shell Perfect Molders, Best Pumps, Sharp Tools, Premium Mills Limited. And these are industries that are there in Coimbatore. And I think you can always take in-plant trainings, or you can undergo project trainings, you can undergo internship with these industries in order to bridge the gap between your academia and the industry needs. So what are the opportunities in government sectors? ISRO, Indian Space Research Organization, which is an envied government-run space research agency of India. Mechanical engineering freshers have numerous employment opportunities because of the large scale of business operations. A mechanical engineer is made to undergo training, and after which you get to specialize in your area of interest, like spacecraft, launch vehicles, and applications, etc. Bharat Heavy Electricals Limited, I mentioned that with GATE score, and you can enter BHEL with GATE score followed by an interview. You can get recruited in BHEL. BHEL is India's largest engineering and manufacturing company, and it's kind of engaged in design, engineering, manufacture, construction, testing, commissioning. Mechanical engineering freshers can apply here by passing in GATE exam. HPCL, Hindustan Petroleum Corporation Limited. It is one of the Fortune 500 companies, and they luckily offer entry-level jobs to mechanical engineers. DRDO, Defense Research and Development Organization. DRDO works in areas of military technology, which includes aeronautics, armaments, combat vehicles, electronics, instrumentation, energy systems, missiles, materials, naval systems, advanced computing, simulation, and life sciences. IOCL, a mechanical engineering engineer can be posted in any of the three divisions: refineries, marketing, or in pipeline. We know that IOCL is the largest provider of oil, gas, petrochemicals, and alternative energy resources. NHPC, National Hydroelectric Power Corporation. NHPC plans, promotes, and integrates development of hydroelectric power in India. They have various job opportunities available for mechanical engineering people. GAIL, Gas Authority of India Limited. GAIL India is the largest state-owned natural gas and oil distribution company, headquartered in Delhi. GAIL is the best PSU to start your career as a fresher. You can be offered jobs like construction engineer, manufacturing engineer, or a design engineer. Coal India. It is a big shot PSU with a hat full of feathers that sing stories of success. The freshers from mechanical engineering can apply for jobs like maintenance engineer for heavy earth moving machines. This job role allows great exposure to hydraulics, engines, transmissions, electric motors and generators, electrical circuits, compressors, gearboxes, etc. ONGC, Oil and Natural Gas Corporation. It is an Indian multinational which is responsible for production and seamless distribution of oil and natural gas in India. So a mechanical engineer is expected to deal with design development, execution, project coordination, and supervision. Drilling and production jobs may also be there in ONGC. SCI, Shipping Corporation of India. They recruit mechanical engineers for their training programs. So you'll be placed in institutes like Cochin Shipyard, LBS, docks, etc. So you'll be made to work as marine engineer. Indian Railways. Indian Railways, being the largest employer in the country, recruits mechanical engineers for the following posts: junior engineer, section engineer, and senior section engineer. Indian Railways, I hold Indian Railways close to my heart because Indian Railways, my father worked in Indian Railways, and I chose mechanical engineering after looking at my dad working in the railways. It was indeed interesting to go to the workshop and see people working. Every year they used to allow their family wards into the workshop on Saraswati Puja. I still remember I used to go there and I used to see the large machines, the foundry shops, and the carriage workshops that are there. And I used to fall in love with the machinery. And then I used to think that I should also become like them one day. Unfortunately, I couldn't become a junior engineer or a section engineer or a senior section engineer, but I do not regret though, because I'm a teacher making many of them, making many of the junior engineers, many of the section engineers, and many more senior section engineers. So state government jobs. State government jobs, you know that assistant engineers are being recruited in Tamil Nadu PWD, Tamil Nadu Public Works Department, assistant engineer in Tamil Nadu Water Supply and Drainage Board, WAD Board, assistant engineer in Tamil Nadu Pollution Control Board, assistant inspector of factories, Tamil Nadu Factory Service, assistant engineer in Tamil Nadu Electricity Board. So in all these places, mechanical engineers are being recruited by the Tamil Nadu government. So even if you want to pursue teaching or R&D, you have options for mechanical engineers. You can become lecturers in government polytechnic colleges after completing your bachelor's degree. If you pursue masters, then you can become assistant professors in state and central government engineering colleges. You can also pursue your passion for research by being research assistants in NITs, IITs, and other research centers. You can also apply for non-teaching technical posts like junior engineers, technicians in NITs and IITs. Other sectors that you can also venture are the banking sector and law sector. In the banking sector, having experience in the banking sector, I was not recruited as a PO in Indian Bank. I got recruited as a specialist officer for industrial development, where I'll have to check the technological viability and the economic viability of the industrial projects. For industrial loans, I'll have to assess the techno-economic viability, and I have to certify that um, this technology is needed for the upliftment of this company. I have to certify. So that was the kind of job where I got exposure to various industries in Madurai zone. I was posted at Madurai. So that opportunity was also there for mechanical engineers in the banking sector. And in law, you can go for specialized courses in patent protection, corporate law, technical law, intellectual property rights. So if you are basically an engineer, you have engineering technical knowledge, then you pursue law, you are good enough to become a corporate lawyer. So why get employed to somebody? Why not entrepreneurship? Getting self-employed. The government, our Indian government helps women entrepreneurs through the trade scheme, trade related entrepreneurship assistance and development. This scheme for women is a subsidy in India provided by the Ministry of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises. That is the MSME. We used to say MSME. There is a scheme by the government where the government provides a subsidy of up to 30% of their total project cost, which would finance, and the financial institution will be financing the remaining 70% of the loan as assistance. Let's say if you need 50 lakhs, or let's say you need 1 lakh for your industry, then 30,000 will be provided by the government, and you can get loan for 70,000 alone. So 30% subsidy is a huge amount for an entrepreneur. So our government is promoting women engineers, women entrepreneurs with this trade scheme. What is the current scenario in the industry? It is seen that the hiring of women in mid-management to senior levels in India rose from 22% in 2019 to 43% in 2020. Then, however, the average participation of women in the workforce across industries remained at 34%. So the inclusion of women in the management level has increased, yet the participation of women in the industry level remained at 34. The data showed that 42% of women hired by all the companies, whether they are large, small, medium, or startups, were for the entry level positions. So this 34% also was for the entry level positions and not for the top positions. So what do you understand? There are only few people in the past who have reached the ladder. So is rarity a blessing sometimes? Is being one of the few pays you? Let's discuss the horizontal reservation in Tamil Nadu government jobs. You will understand why I say that rarity is a blessing. There is a 30% horizontal reservation provided for the women candidates who are appearing for exams, for any exam for that matter, in Tamil Nadu government. You have a share of 30% in the total number of vacant posts. Let's say you have 100 posts vacant. You have a vacancy of 100 posts. Then you can see that 30 posts are entirely reserved for women. A number of 30 posts are entirely reserved for women candidates only. In general category, if you, I'm telling all the numbers based on a vacancy of 100, then 9 seats are allocated for general category women, 8%, 7.95% for BC women, then 1.05 for BC Muslim, 2.85 for MBC and denotified community women, then 3.15% for MBC, then for SC candidates 4.5%, SCA 0.90%, then for scheduled tribes it is 0.3%. So a total of 30 seats in 100 seats is allocated for women. And what do you understand? Being very few of the women mechanical engineers in the state. Let's say in each college, if there are at least 10 women candidates, even then your competition is very less. You have only a very few people competing for the same post for which people are dying for. So let's say your competition is reduced by 1/10, or I can say more than 1/100. You have 60 number of students in your class and you are only 10. You are, let's say, in a strength of 120, you are only 10. So your competition is only 1/10 even in the classroom. So when such 30% reservation is there, I think mechanical engineers have a brighter chance of getting employed into government sectors. Then, as Suresh Kumar sir rightly said, there is a brighter chance of employment in the private sector too. The diversity benchmarking report launched by Jobs for Her analyzed women's career across various levels of corporate India. The report included data collected from over 300 companies from a wide variety of industries and sectors. As far as gender inclusion in hiring is concerned, 61% of all companies stated that they have a clear gender diversity goal while hiring. So which means they are definitely going to hire some amount of women candidates for any vacancy. So if they are going to having 10 number of vacancies, they are going to fill at least 3 vacancies with women. And if it is going to be a mechanical engineering vacancy, then see your chance of getting employed into an industry. As Sir said, we have requirements, we have job requirements, but we do not have the right number of candidates, women candidates for the job. So it is our duty, once we get into mechanical engineering, it is our duty to get equipped well to suit the requirement. Though the competition may be less or there may be a reservation, but I'm not a very big advocate of the women reservation system. But since we have been underprivileged for a many number of years, so it is okay to take the reservation. So even in that case, I think that you should be able to equip yourself to the best of your ability to suit the requirement. So since we have discussed all the areas where you can pay concentration to get into a good profile job, I think you must work on it, and there are brighter chances of your employment into both the government and private sectors. So I would say the situation may not remain the same later. So in a period of 10 or 20 years, there may be equal number of girl students in a class. There may be in a class of 60, there may be 30 girls and 30 boys, which is our dream anyway. I want the class to be so very sooner. But still, you can make use of the brighter chances of employment, the reservation opportunities when the sun shines. So make hay when the sun shines. So I'd say பட்டங்கள் ஆழ்வதும் சட்டங்கள் செய்வதும் பாரினில் பெண்கள் நடத்த வந்தோம் எட்டும் அறிவினில் ஆணுக்கு இங்கே பெண் இளை பிள்ளை காண். This is a quote by Bharati, which I very much like. So we are not very less, we are not any less to man. So I think we should be ready to rule the world. Let's break the myth that mechanical engineers can be only men and women cannot venture into such field. உருவால் நாம் மெல்லினமானாலும் வல்லமை படைக்கவே எனக்கு ஆசை. ஆம், எனக்கு சண்டை இல்லா சம உரிமை ஆசை. Thank you. If you have any doubts in the presentation, you can ask. Vimal sir, can you please coordinate, sir? Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So thank you for your valuable information, ma'am. Before we go in for the questionnaire session, let us hear some gifting videos regarding our first year girl students.
Yes, sir. Sure, sir.
Anyway, sir, are you there?
I'm on the other side, sir. Should I play it?
Yes, sir. Sure, sir.
Yeah, okay, 1 minute. I'll just share the screen. If the sound is not audible, please let me know. Fine. So 1 minute. So I'll just make the.
Sure.
Mechanical engineering, an engineering field which only boys can opt.
Industries, factories, and shop floor are not a place for a women.
Women can never do a man's work.
These are the most stereotyped statements of the past decade.
But now it's time for us to step into the field of mechanical engineering.
Be it manufacturing, design, research and development, marketing, etc.
To break all the myths surrounding women and mechanical engineering.
Mechanical engineering.
Hello everyone, myself Divya. Being a part of mechanical department, I am here to express my views on scope of women in mechanical engineering. Since devotion towards work is the nature of women, women's contribution in core engineering fields is unprecedentedly increasing. The MNC companies are also keen in recruiting women engineers, which is obviously evident with SCC. The public sectors are also playing major roles in mechanical department. We can also track the competitive exams to build successful career. So I wish all the best for the future women engineers for all their endeavors.
So, Vimal sir,
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
now the question, you can ask the students two questions, sir. The question session can
Yes,
be
sir.
started. Yep. So I'll just,
Now the forum is open for the audience.
ma'am, Jayashree ma'am, you can just share your screen, or you can just open your camera, ma'am. So the students can ask you. Fine.
Yeah, yeah. Yes, sir.
Students, if you have any doubts, you can ask now. Feel free to ask Ms. Jayashree. நீங்க தமிழ்ல கூட பேசலாம். பார்த்திருப்பீங்க மேடம் கவிதையெல்லாம் நல்லா சொன்னாங்க. ஸோ மதுரை தமிழ் நல்லாவே பேசுவாங்க மேடம். ஸோ தமிழ்லயே நீங்க தாராளமா கேள்வி கேட்கலாம்.
The first year girls, if you are available, நீங்க first year பொண்ணுங்க இருந்தீங்கனாலும் நீங்களும் டவுட்ஸ் கேட்கலாம்ப்பா. யாருக்கு எந்த டவுட்னாலும் கேட்கலாம். ஜென்ரலான யாராச்சும் ஒரு டவுட் இருந்தாலும் இப்போ அவங்க அசிஸ்டன்ட் ப்ரொஃபஸரா ஒர்க் பண்ணிருக்காங்க கவர்மெண்ட் காலேஜ்ல. ஸோ உங்களுக்கு யாருக்கு டவுட் இருந்தாலும் கேட்கலாம். ஸோ வாட் எவர் மே பி தி டவுட் நீங்க கேட்கலாம். வெயிட் பண்ணிருக்காங்க மேமும்.
Palanivel sir, is it possible for you to post the feedback link, sir?
Yeah, posted, sir.
Hi, ma'am. Good morning, ma'am. I'm welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah, good morning, Pa.
தன்யா நீங்க கேளுங்கப்பா. தன்யா கேளுங்க.
Ma'am, who has the more opportunities, ma'am? Whether for postgraduate students or undergraduate students, ma'am?
No, it depends on what you choose. Industries வந்து in undergraduate லெவல்லே வந்து ரெக்ரூட் பண்றாங்க. பட் போஸ்ட் கிராஜுவேட் லெவல் if you want to become a design engineer அந்த மாதிரினா வந்து நீங்க போஸ்ட் கிராஜுவேட் லெவலா இருந்தா இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் பெட்டர். ஈவன் அதர்வைஸ் அண்டர் கிராஜுவேட் லெவல்லே வந்து பிரைவேட் செக்டர்ஸ்ல எல்லாம் வந்து ரெக்ரூட் பண்ணதான் செய்யறாங்க. எம்ப்ளாய்மெண்ட் ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டி இப்போ நான் வந்து டீச்சிங் அந்த மாதிரி போகணும், இல்லை ரிசர்ச் போகணும் அந்த மாதிரி ஐடியாஸ் இருந்தது, இல்லை எனக்கு ஷாப் ஃப்ளோர் போகிறதுக்கு இல்லை ஐ வாண்ட் கெட் இன்டு டிசைன் அப்படின்னா அந்த மாதிரி சிச்சுவேஷன்ல யூ கேன் கோ ஃபார் போஸ்ட் கிராஜுவேஷன். இவங்களுக்கு நிறைய ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டி அப்படி சொல்ல முடியாது. அண்டர் கிராஜுவேட் லெவல்லே நிறைய ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டிஸ் இருக்கு.
Okay, hope Danya's question has been answered. Anyone else?
Good afternoon, ma'am. Myself, Vivek, assistant professor of the same department, and
Okay.
Our department is now having more than 14 girls. Currently, in the final year, we are having one girl, and in third year,
Yes,
we are
sir.
having another girl.
Okay.
In what way these girls can equipped in person technically for the next 3 years, so that they can be industry ready at the end of the fourth year? Since you were in alumni of Government College of Technology, how
Yes, sir.
can how you survive and how you pursue and how you improve technical and other skills that when you are competing for the professional forum like placements and recruitments now?
Yes, sir. When it comes to placements and recruitments, it is always good to have a good theoretical foundation. இந்த பேசிக் சப்ஜெக்ட்ஸ் இருக்கு இல்லையா சார், நமக்கு கோர் சப்ஜெக்ட்ஸ் எல்லாம் இருக்கு இல்லையா, அதெல்லாம் வந்துட்டு கொஞ்சம் பீட் எனி எக்ஸாம் த என்டையர் சிலபஸ் இஸ் பேஸ்ட் ஆன் த கேட்டோட சிலபஸ் என்னவோ அதே தான் எல்லாத்துக்குமே சிலபஸா இருக்கு. ஸோ அந்த கேட்டோட சிலபஸ் எடுத்துட்டாலே ஐ ஃபைண்ட் தட் இஸ் அ வெரி குட். அது ஒரு நமக்கு ஒரு சின்ன என்சைக்ளோபீடியா மாதிரி கூட சொல்லலாம். அந்த கேட் சிலபஸ்ல என்னென்னலாம் இருக்கோ அது எல்லாத்தையுமே வந்து நம்ம பார்த்துட்டே இருந்தோம்னா இட் வில் பி, அதை வந்து கரெக்டா அந்தந்த இயர் when they are in second year they will be learning manufacturing technology and metallurgy. அப்ப அந்த செகண்ட் இயர்ல we have to simultaneously equip them for அந்த கேட் சிலபஸ்க்கு, அதுக்கான மல்டி ஆப்ஜெக்டிவ் கொஸ்டின்க்கு, அதுக்கெல்லாம் வந்து நம்ம சைமல்டேனியஸா எக்யூப் பண்ணிட்டே இருந்தோம் அப்படின்னா டியூரிங் பிளேஸ்மெண்ட்ஸ் இந்த ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ரவுண்ட் கிளியர் பண்றதுலாம் வந்து they will do very easy. Coming to becoming industry ready to your question, அப்ப வந்து என்னன்னா if they are you should be என்ன இப்ப இருக்க சிலபஸ்ல வந்து இன்டர்ன்ஷிப், ஆனா யூனிவர்சிட்டி சிலபஸ்ல வந்து இன்டர்ன்ஷிப், இன்பிளான்ட் ட்ரைனிங் இது எல்லாமே இருக்கு. அண்ட் I know that I have worked in Eshwar, so I know that they also do pretty well. They have tie-ups with the industries. அந்த மாதிரி அவங்க வந்து நிறைய ப்ராக்டிக்கல் ரியல் டைம் என்விரான்மெண்ட்டுக்கு போயிட்டு வந்தாங்கன்னா, பிளஸ் when they get equipped with the softwares இதெல்லாம் வந்து கொஞ்சம் படிச்சுட்டே இருந்தாங்கன்னா வந்து it will be easier for them to be on par with other mechanical engineers in the department.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Vivek sir. Now Ashwin is asking one question. Ashwin, can you able to turn on your mic?
Sir, yes, sir. Ma'am, I have some doubt whether coding is an essential for pursuing engineering, and could you tell me the best platform for learn coding, ma'am?
கோடிங் நெசசரி எசென்ஷியலா அப்படின்னு நீங்க கேக்குறதுக்கு வந்து நான் என்ன சொல்வேன்னா, நவ் தட் த இன்ஜினியரிங் ஹாஸ் டர்ன் டு பி அ மல்டி டிசிப்ளினரி அப்ரோச். இப்ப இருக்க எதுலயுமே வந்து நீங்க ஸ்பெசிபிக்கா எனக்கு வந்து மெக்கானிக்கல் மட்டும் தான் தெரியும், எனக்கு இது மட்டும் தான் தெரியும் அப்படின்னு சொல்லி யூ கேனாட் டெல். அப்படின்னும் போது இட் இஸ் ஓகே இஃப் யூ லேர்ன் கோடிங் ஆல்சோ. பெஸ்ட் பிளாட்ஃபார்ம்னு எனக்கு அப்படி நான் எதுவுமே வந்து ஐ டோன்ட் வாண்ட் டு வவுச் ஃபார் எனி பர்டிகுலர் பிளாட்ஃபார்ம். லேர்னிங் கோடிங் இஸ் குட், ஓகே. அது நீங்க வந்து ஏதாவது it is an extra skill that can help you get placed.
Ma'am, whether choosing mechanical department, should I learn coding, ma'am?
No, I will not say that you have to definitely learn coding அப்படி சொல்ல மாட்டேன். ஆனா இப்ப இருக்க இந்த 4.0ல பாத்தீங்கன்னா என்டையர்லி எல்லாமே வந்து ஆட்டோமேஷன் அப்படி போறாங்க. இண்டஸ்ட்ரியில வந்து கம்ப்ளீட்லி ஆட்டோமேட்டட் ப்ராசஸ் போறாங்க. ப்ரொடக்ஷன் ப்ராசஸ், மேனுஃபேக்சரிங் எல்லாமே வந்து இப்ப மொத்தமா மாற போறது. எல்லாமே நம்ம கன்வென்ஷனலா பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கோம் இல்லையா, அப்படி இல்லாம எவ்ரிதிங் இஸ் கோயிங் டு சேஞ்ச். இன் சச் சிச்சுவேஷன் அப்ப வந்து கோடிங் வந்து உங்களுக்கு நெசசரியா இருக்கலாம். There is a possibility in the near future that you may require to know coding. அதனால தானே ஃபர்ஸ்ட் before 10 years we had been learning C and C++ programming, and now we are learning Python programming. Likewise, so programming knowledge, coding knowledge வந்து necessary அப்படின்னு நினைச்சதுனால தான் நம்மளுக்கு அதோட பேசிக் வச்சிருக்காங்க இல்லையா சிலபஸ்ல.
Yes, ma'am.
ஸோ வந்து நான் பர்டிகுலரா அதை நீங்க படிச்சாதான் நீங்க வந்து பிளேஸ் ஆவீங்க அப்படி சொல்ல மாட்டேன். பட் இட் இஸ் குட் டு நோ.
Okay,
you need
thank you.
to give a importance that you give for CAD or CATA or ANSYS. அவ்வளோ இம்பார்ட்டன்ஸ் கொடுத்து கோடிங் படிக்க சொல்ல மாட்டேன். பட் இட் இஸ் குட் டு நோ.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Ashwin. One more question from Gunanandini ma'am.
Yes,
to
sir.
become an entrepreneur, what shall I should develop to become an entrepreneur?
The first thing which I said, before becoming an entrepreneur, you should gain experience. That is the first thing which I would ask you to do. நீங்க வந்து ஆண்டர்பிரினர் ஆகணும், எனக்கு வந்து நான் பண்ணணும் அப்படி சொன்னா you should first have the experience. எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ் வந்து ஒரு 3 to 5 years ஆகுது கண்டிப்பா. 3 to 5 years சொல்ல மாட்டேன், டிபெண்ட்ஸ் ஆன் தி ஃபீல்ட். நீங்க எந்த ஃபீல்ட்ல வந்து நீங்க வந்து ஆண்டர்பிரினர் ஆகணும்னு நினைக்கிறீங்களோ அந்த ஃபீல்ட்ல யூ ஷுட் ஹேவ் சம் எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ். எப்பவுமே சொல்லுவாங்க இல்லையா, யாரு கீழேயாவது கொஞ்ச நாள் இருந்தாதான் நமக்கு நம்மளா பண்ணும்போது என்னென்ன பண்ணணும்ன்றது தெரியும் சொல்லுவாங்க. ஸோ whatever be it, you should have some experience before becoming an entrepreneur. And after, if at one point when you think that you have gained enough experience, then you can come out and you can become an entrepreneur. For becoming an entrepreneur, there are several schemes. If you want financial backup, there are organizations, lending institutions providing you financial backup. If you want technical assistance, there are organizations that will provide you technical assistance. So the first thing is you should நீங்க வந்து first எடுத்தோனே நான் வந்து entrepreneur ஆறேன்னு சொல்ல முடியாது. You should have a basis ஒரு experience இருக்கணும். அதுக்கப்புறம் you can think of entrepreneurship.
Thank you, ma'am. So, ma'am, சொன்ன மாதிரி experience நீங்க படிக்கும்போது gain பண்ணலாம். That is through the internship. So there are many internships available. So internship மூலமாவும் நீங்க you can become an entrepreneur. Is it, ma'am?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Definitely. True, sir.
Okay, ma'am. Then one more question from Bhavadharni. It may be the last question.
Yes, sir.
What are the valuable added courses that I can study in mechanical apart from the syllabus?
Generally, people do the softwares இல்லையா, software CAD, ANSYS, CAT அதெல்லாம் படிப்பாங்க, அதெல்லாம் படிச்சுக்கிறாங்க. இன்னும் வந்து இப்போ வந்து இந்த 3D printing டெக்னாலஜி இதெல்லாம் வந்திருக்கு. இதுலலாம் கூட இப்பெல்லாம் நிறைய கோர்சஸ் கண்டக்ட் பண்றாங்க. நிறைய சர்டிபிகேஷன் கோர்சஸ் எல்லாம் இருக்கு. வெல்டிங்ல நிறைய சர்டிபிகேஷன் கோர்சஸ் இருக்கு. உங்க ஏரியாலேயே இருக்கிற நிறைய இன்ஸ்டிடியூட்ல வந்து they are providing certification courses இப்போ. அப்புறம் வந்து ஈவன் அந்த CNC கோடிங் எல்லாம் கூட நிறைய they are conducting certification courses. அந்த மாதிரி எல்லாம் நீங்க பண்ணி வச்சிருக்கீங்க அப்படின்னா that will add value to your என்ன சொல்ல உங்களோட மார்க் ஷீட் மட்டும் இல்லாம it will be an added value.
Sure, ma'am. Sure, ma'am. Thank you. Yes. So I hope the question is over. Now let me post the feedback link which is enabled in your dialog box, chat box. So if you fill your feedback form, you will be getting the e-certificate tomorrow. Right. Now I call upon Miss Bishila to give the vote of thanks. Bishila, are you there?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. You can carry on.
Yes, sir. Good noon, everyone. Good noon, ma'am. I'm Bishila Catherine from the Department of Mechanical Engineering at Sri Eshwar College of Engineering. And I deem it a great honor to propose the vote of thanks in this event. First of all, I want to thank God Almighty for making this marvelous day. And I want to thank our Professor Ma'am Jayashree for being in this event and making us to gain more knowledge in this women in mechanical engineering. Ma'am, today we have got a lot of knowledge and improvise ourselves how to equip ourselves to place in a public or private sector, or what we want to crack exams to pursue a master's in abroad. Thank you so much, ma'am, and it has been a great seminar today. And I would also want to thank our management and our Department of Mechanical Engineering for making this event a great success. Thank you once again, ma'am. I would also like to have another session like this. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Sure.
Thank you, ma'am.
Vimaljan?
Yes, sir. Palani, sir.
Shall we wind up the program, sir?
Yes, sir. Sure, sir. Sure, sir.
Yeah, okay. So once again, I thank you all for participating in this program, and thank you all. You can just leave the program.
Palani, sir.
Yes, sir. Shall I close the video, sir? Shall I close the window?
Let me stop the recording. Let me stop the recording, sir.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Please wait for 2 more minutes. Okay.
Yeah, okay, fine.
Yes, sir. It has been stopped, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, okay. Sure. I'll shut down the video, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Sure, sure. Thank you.